Alright, I gotta play a little bit of cleanup with some level 60 Heaven's Word crafting quests. Because I've been a little bit behind. I got distracted doing crafts and leveling Monk and Samurai and yeah. But Alchemist is one of those. So, level 60 Alchemy quest given to us by Will to Wake in Revenant's Toll of Mor Dunna. What death can join together? Here we go. We questioned our culprit further, Mercy. He told us everything once safely ensconced in his cell. We had believed our suspects were a crew of criminals. However, they are merely hired help, cheap and disposable. All but one, a single aging alchemist. This is our true mastermind. Waoud is his name, W-A-O-U Delta. He is feared in Thavnair, his homeland, for a complete lack of scruples in pursuing experiments no man should. I've also inquired into these clones. The sons of Saint Koinok know something of the technology. Shanine has gone to their camp to learn more. Would you join her there? Yeah, bro. We fly to the southeast with the hazy, weird crystal. Let's see if there is any clusters to get. Oh, hell yeah. Let's get some clusters while we're at it. Anytime you're in this area, if you have an appropriately leveled gathering class, come on over here and get some clusters. Get one of each. Turn on your these things too. Can I do both of them? Oh fuck yeah, 8? Hell yeah. Ignore the dark matter cluster, doesn't matter anymore. We want to do the Giving Land for sure because it's random and it's awesome. And the 12's bounty because we can do both. Why not? Alright. Anything I'm short on? Let's do lightning for sure. We'll do a couple lightning. Okay, no, we'll do wind. I'm just gonna look at this list over here, seeing what's the lowest. We'll do another wind. We'll do another lightning. We can do earth this time. And then lowest right now is ice. That's ice, right? Ice. And then another lightning. I don't think I've ever seen 8 before. I got really lucky on this one. And then wind to cap us off here. I have a lot of water clusters, and I'm not entirely sure how to explain that, but I got them. And also, using your highest leveled gatherer is the best idea because you have more CP to work with. You have more, it's common sense. More CP, more gathering, more perception. Just yeah. Here's Shanine talking to Clytie, the leave meat dude, or next to him, I guess, not talking to him. Rambros has told me all about your escapades in the Crystal Tower, Mercy. Why didn't you say you'd met honest-to-God's clones? Well, according to him, clones are empty vessels for the most part, soulless and unthinking. So what if Waoud transferred his own spirit into a clone again and again? Eternal life could be his. That's his motive. It explains everything. He stole the relics to dissect Aleg's technology, and he stole the people from their beds to test it. The mute hire we found is one such copy. His original must not have survived the process that created the clone, hence the body in the barrel. I'll bet the Near Eastern youth is a copy as well. Of whom, though? We can sort that out later. I believe Waoud has a new hideout to the southeast of Revenant's Toll. Join me there, and we'll put a stop to this once and for all. We're already southeast of Revenant's Toll. You mean like... Oh, closer southeast, okay. Like, what do you mean, Shanine? Alright, Shanine's here, Walt Wake, and another human dude wearing the same clothing as them, but I don't know him. Yeah. Cutscene. She's like cheering up, you know, she's like, ah, we got this. Ready? In we go, says Walt Wake. The guy with him is a sword and board kind of dude. A kite shield, no less. We have an older man. We've seen him before, right? We got him! Ha! The case is closed! But is it, my dear? Is it really? Says Waoud. And we walk after him out of the cutscene. It goes black. It's just me and Walt Wake now. This is too convenient for my taste. He'd known we were chasing him since St. Coinox's find. He'll swing for his crimes, most like. Why come quietly? He must have a card he's not yet played. I'll interrogate him and find out what. Come, let us return to our usual spot. That was all Walt Wake. I just have no idea what freaking... I'm not... There's some that I'm not consistent with their accents. And it's just because I've never heard... Well, even some NPCs who have had voice actors do their voices, I'm not always consistent. I'm not good, is a way of putting it. We're back at the usual spot. Well, Waoud is now insisting he is not Waoud. Would that I could just beat the truth out of him, but I've got to prove his guilt or he walks free. The question is how. We have the means to prove a master alchemist was behind this, but on that basis alone I could implicate Jalzan, Severian, or you. I look shocked. He laughs. I jest, of course. No, to convict him we must prove Waoud is Waoud, and your equal as an alchemist. Could you look into that with your guildmaster's aid? Waoud had this copy of noble gold on him. Severian will want to examine it, I suspect. I just hope it proves to be the evidence we need. No, I'll have to make... Don't tell me I have to make noble gold. It's... Noble gold is one of the items that you can turn in for a pretty hefty amount of experience points as a leave. One of those leave quests. I just haven't done it because the alternatives at that level, even though they offered less experience points, they were much easier to make. I think the alternative was holy... What's it called? Where'd it go? Hallowed water, which I had pre-farmed a ton of materials for. Far too many materials. Like, far too many. I thought I would need a lot more, but anyway. Here's Severian, in the guild, as usual. The mastermind is an alchemist called Waoud. The name sounds familiar, and now you need a means to prove his guilt. That seems an awfully mundane use of my skills. But it might be the perfect opportunity to test my latest creation. He had a copy of noble gold on him, yes? Very few of the skilled to craft such a tome. Waoud himself may have fashioned this one. Prove he did, and you demonstrate that he is a master alchemist. I nod. Now, each alchemist's ether has a unique color. When drawing geometries with enchanted ink, his hue is passed to the pages of a grimoire. There has never been a way to detect the shade of this ethereal signature. Until now, that is. I have a powder that renders this color visible to the naked eye. If my ether is purple, then sprinkling the dust over a grimoire I made will reveal the same shade of purple. I call it spectroleum, and I dare say this invention of mine will be sufficient to prove who crafted that copy of noble gold. Here's an ons. Take it to Wiltwake. Okay. And back. Yeah. No. It is, I don't know why, but every single class that doesn't have their own hunting log, they all default to Lancer. I don't know why. And Lancer isn't even in the first slot. I mean, it's tank. Actually, sorry, no. See, this doesn't even make sense. But these are both Ul'dah. Marauder is Limsa. That's Gridania, Limsa, Gridania. Like it, there's no. It's not even. They didn't even group the healers together or anything like that. Did I finish? I did. Yeah, I finished all. There's Wiltwake to continue. A powder that reveals the color of ether. Severian is something else. No matter his quirks. May I have a look? What was it there? Marvelous, but we'll need more than the dust. We must have a copy of Noble Gold crafted by another sand to show the color of Waoud's version is unique. No doubt you see where I'm going with this. For the sake of the trial, could you create a copy of the Grimoire? Yeah, probably. Oh, wait, I was like, I don't have it? Yeah, I have it. Alright, so Noble Gold is a Arcanist slash Summoner level 60 main hand, item level 150. Not bad, like this is probably like one step, if 60 was the level cap, this would be one step toward eventually getting, I think 270 is the cap. So like it's a big step away, but it's a step. But yeah. I have that chrysolite. Don't have that. Hold on, let me make a list here. So, raw chrysolite 3. I have the cloud mica stuff, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Okay, back to alky there. Let's see, we're good there. Hard silver ingot. We're all good there. Okay. Nope. This one. Aurum Regis Nugget. I have one NQ and I can make an HQ super easy. An enchanted Aurum Regis ink. Good. Okay, so all I need is the chrysolite. So we do this, we do that, gathering. I'm happy it is not a timed. I'll go up to Idleshire. I was worried that it would be rough. Funny enough, 1 or 2 of the level 60 quests demanded that I have some of these. You only get these by desynthesizing, and it's not... They're actually weirdly common. They don't sell great, but they are pretty common. They sell often, but they don't sell for as much as the rank 1 Fieldcraft Demi-Materia. Like those, when I first started doing desynthesis, those would go for like 9,999, and I started the undercutting, although I'm sure somebody else would have, but they are probably currently around 5,000. What am I doing here? We are doing chrysolite. It'll be in this section. Mining raw chrysolite. There we go. 10 million chrysolites. Say hello to Alexander. I did and recorded and posted these raids and the stories that go with them a while ago, when I was first coming through these zones. I've not kept up with a lot of raids since then. I only need 3. I don't need that right now, so we're just gonna ignore it. We get 2 on this one and 2 on this one. We were in Mordana, okay. Without having free teleportation via tickets, around 11, let's say 1,200 round trip to do that. But obviously, unless you are co-leveling miner or like, you know, and all the other crafts, your time and money will be much different. That was Goldsmith. So we're going to click on Goldsmith, pop over to Alchemy first, pop off our pupper here. We'll make this guy first, also Goldsmith. Waste not 2, Innovation, Basic Touch, Standard Touch. Proc means Precise Touch. And then we'll just basic out, and then progress. We just do a 1 putt with a veneration. Let's do that. I didn't look at the bottom amount. It might have been enough. I didn't check. 170 divided by 2 would be 65. Yeah, that would have been enough. My bad. I wasted time, steps, and CP. Okay. Stand. Oh wait, no, we don't stand up. Damn it. Back to this. Boom. I still do waste not on these just because I don't, even though I have so much quality to begin with, I don't want to mess around. Oops. Oh, I did the math totally wrong. I could have done 2 of those for free. God. I thought it said 390. So dumb. Am I? Blah, blah, blah. Hard silver ingot. Pop back over to gold again. I gotta make 2 of these. Yeah. So 1 more hard silver nugget coming our way. Two procs, awesome. I'll cap with this, and then ooh, I can just 175 is greater than 170. Get it for free. Okay, so I've got those. I want 2 of these ingots now. We'll do the first one NQ. Why not? Doesn't matter. And then what my dumb brain didn't see, I just do this. There's 1. I've got all the... I can do them in Orm Regis. That's goldsmithing too, yeah. I've got all the materials I need to craft appropriate gear for my miner, because I was focusing on my crafters first, which is probably what you should do. And then I'll gear up my miner. My retainers both hit 64, so I'll probably gear them up next, just so they can. Well, we'll see. They're not. Well, actually, we'll see what the next. Because I was doing level 61 field exploration. We'll see if like it got higher than that. If a higher one is available. I need. It should be enough. And then I do 250. So I can actually do a veneration and then yeah, careful sense. Okay. Alright. I need to pop over to elk. Make one of these puppies. Excellent. God, I almost pressed a button that wasn't going to take advantage of that, and I hate when I do that. I can just do... Not that. I want to do this. And that. Freebie. That was one of the fastest... For a level 58 craft, that was one of the fastest I've ever seen. I don't have to stand up, so I can just click ALC here. I'm going to use... I'll use the NQ Mormorian, because I got plenty of other HQ stuff here, so I'll save the other one just in case. We can do a muscle memory here for the noble gold starting out. We start with 974 out of 2700 needed condition or quality. It's a 70 durability to work with. I don't do waste not stuff on these ones. I cannot do another progress action because I'll cap it, and I want to... Oh, I do have to HQ it. Okay, I didn't know if I had to. Some of the other ones have not required an HQ, but I did it anyway because I like to. Like the music boxes for Goldsmith, I don't think HQ mattered for those, but I did them for both of them. But now we do innovation, basic touch, standard touch. That was basic touch, standard touch. It was just me being weird. I still need almost 1,000. We'll get there. Now I need about 600, less than 600, but more than 538. So I'm going to do a Buyer Gots to cap us. And I need 166. We are one short of being able to do it for free. So I'll just do a Careful Synth. That's crazy. Alright, Wilt Wake. Let us continue. I actually cleared up some slots there. I don't think I created any more slots, did I? Preparations for the trial are underway, Mercy. The Adventurers Guild has sent impartial judges to review the facts. The evidence has been organized, and guards are standing ready to take Waoud from his cell to the 7th heaven. All we need to begin is your copy of Noble Gold. Hand over the HQ Noble Gold just made. Cutscene. We have a Marauder with chainmail, an Elzen in like a nice white tunic, Waoud with his hands behind his back, no cuffs visible, but that's the idea. Guild envoys, the Elzen male with the white tunic. The court recognizes Master Wiltwake. Wiltwake nods. Keep my cursor out of the way as much as I can. Wiltwake starts to go into his monologue. The screen goes black as he does so. In conclusion, Waoud kidnapped honest people and experimented on them. And why? To prolong his own life. Proof of this lies with these clones, soulless puppets he created. This man is guilty beyond all doubt. There's a human, like one of those square-jawed humans with a weird face mask on. Damning evidence, Master Wiltwake, but only if the accused is Waoud and an alchemist. He currently denies both. Waoud's still standing there, hands behind his back, seemingly again cuffed, but... Sir, we can prove that he's lying, says Shanine. Sir, we can prove that he's lying. She's super cute. This grimoire was found on Waoud, and the master of the Alchemist Guild has stated that only the most skilled of alchemists could create such a tome. Slaffborn, who I had said, well, that was for the monk quest. He plays a pretty decent role. You just talk to him mostly, but he plays a decent role in the storyline. He guards some building, and I think he gives you gear to pretend that you're an Imperial soldier to infiltrate their ranks and whatever. Ah, I see. By showing that Waoud crafted this grimoire, you also demonstrate that he is a master of alchemy, yes? She nods. Precisely. The creator's ethereal signature is mirrored in the ink used to draw arcane geometries. This hue is unique to each alchemist. We've obtained a powder from the Alchemist Guild that will allow us to see this color. May we have your permission to use it? Says Wiltwake. By all means, proceed, says the Elzen. This is Mercy, a leading and recognized alchemist. She is consulted throughout this case. Excuse me. She turns to me, hands me... Oh, wait. Oh, she used the powder on me, and these, like, 3 blue motes, like, circled around me for a little bit of time, like a second or two. There, as you can see, the color of her ether is blue. The color of your energy. Emberism. Now, allow me to demonstrate on the grimoire that Mercy made. She once again does the powder. 3 blue motes circle around again. The self-same blue, so you can identify a grimoire's maker, says the Elzen. Nods from all of us. Next, I'll perform the same experiment on Waoud. And he's still just standing there, not moving, expressionless. We see red motes. Crimson. Now what of the grimoire you found on him? Says Slaffborn. By the way, if you haven't watched some other, Slaffborn is a Rogadin, has a kind of a short red mustache, not as short as Hitler, but like a short red mustache, a red beard. And then when Shanine, and he's got like chainmail and a Marauder's axe at his back, but when Shanine did the powder on the other grimoire, we had the same red, crimson, whatever motes circling around. And the Elzen is pointing. Crimson, that clinches it. You, sir, are Waoud. What say you in your defense? Nothing so far. I cock my head at him. He's been silent as the grave all this time, as if the spirit's gone right out of him. Or he's a clone. That was Wiltwake, by the way. Next to Waoud, there was a younger human man who I was looking at. He side-eyed me with a little bit of a smirk and ran. That's the real Waoud. After him, says Shanine. What? Says Wiltwake. Waoud's soul is inside that clone. And the older man, the silent man, falls to the ground. I get in the way of the real Waoud, who looks for another exit. But Wiltwake does a flying kick as the screen goes white, and the Waoud in the clone panics as he's about to get kicked. And we're back. Well, Mercy, we're sitting pretty thanks to you. Is he sitting on him? Is that why he said sitting pretty? He is. He's sitting on the young clone with the Waoud soul. Who's in a really weird position, if I'm not mistaken. So, the gentleman, as you guys may know from some of my other videos, or if you've played this game or whatever, oftentimes will be hit, knocked out, and he will be on his knees, butt in the air, face planted on the floor, like kind of, I'm not going to say it. And this was the same pose, less pronounced, head turned to the side, just knocked out, but it was weird. That's what it looked like, at least. Here's Wiltwake to turn in the quest and end this storyline. The Near Eastern youth was Waoud's clone. Who would have thought it? How could we have missed that? He meant to gain eternal life by transferring his soul to a new vessel. The younger the body, the longer he could use it. Very true. I have a suspicion that Waoud allowed us to apprehend his copy, a guaranteed escape route if ever he were captured. Rest assured he will pay for his crimes. He meant to live on borrowed time, and we will make him suffer for all of it. But justice was served. We couldn't have done it without you, Mercy. I hope we meet again, though I'd be pleased to give another grisly murder a miss. Shanine laughs, and so does Wiltwake. But the thrill of solving it was something, eh? Let's hope we meet next under happier circumstances. Until then, Mercy. Shanine waves. She walks out, disappears. 662,500 experience points, 1563 gil. We get all of these materia, which are past them, but it is hard to find appropriately level 5 materia that you can only equip if your item level is 160 or higher on that particular piece of gear. It is hard to find those for a good price. Like 2,000 each is the closest I've found, and I don't like that. It's not easy to make materia unless, I don't know, like if there are rewards you can get from squadrons, and probably another way, that make your spirit bonding faster. But I haven't tried it when it comes to crafting. Actually, I haven't tried it, period. But crafting especially, I have not tried it, and I probably should. But, and I think the way you would do that, like for alchemy, and like specifically, if I want to do alchemy, I don't know if I would have to do. Actually, I'm gonna have to look that up. I wonder, like, gear item level is important, step 1, and then also the crafts that you make, like if they are also appropriately leveled, might be another factor. I don't know. I've never really thought about doing it until now. Which hand do I raise in my oh gosh dang it, in my farewell? I think this is the appropriate side. Anywho, one last time, Wiltwake and I say goodbye. Hope you enjoyed. Till next time, thank you for watching. Bye-bye.